Hello, my name is Margie, and I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, as well as a grateful recovering alcoholic and an addict. Today we are on step 10. We continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. And the lesson title is Crossroads, taken from the Bible verse 1 Corinthians 10:12. If you are standing firm, be careful that you do not fall. Many of us have traveled the long journey in recovery, working the steps, the first 9 steps. And by the time we reach step 10, we realize how long it's been. We've been facing denial, surrendering to God, taking an honest inventory, sharing about our character defects, discovering them, making amends, forgiving and being forgiven, and changing. And all this, we didn't do this on our own. Who helped us to do this? The power of Jesus Christ. And through that power, we have been set free from addictions and compulsive behavior. We are at the crossroads, but one thing we don't want to do is rest on our laurels. And laurels means rest on your butt or just get lazy. All we have is a daily reprieve, depending upon the maintenance of a spiritual program. We thank God for recovery. We praise Him for our victories and continue working the next 3 steps with the same devotion and enthusiasm as we work the first 9 steps. Remember 1 Corinthians 10:12. If you are standing firm, be careful that you do not fall. We don't want to get arrogant and take the focus off God. We want to remember that it's just a lifetime process, one day at a time. And we'll never get there until we get to meeting with Jesus. The acrostic for today is 10. The T stands for take time to do a daily inventory. It's so important to reserve a daily time with God for self-examination. I have some questions that you might want to use or think about. Number 1, what good did I do today? At the end of the day, you can ask yourself that. Do I owe amends? What did I learn from my actions? Number 2, the E is evaluate good and bad. Like any inventory process, you have your liabilities and your debits. So this step forces us to, on a daily basis, to look at the fact that we're not perfect and we do make mistakes. We do have to admit when we're wrong. And this is, for some people, very hard. 1 John 1:8 tells us, if you say that you have not sinned, you're lying. And you're calling God a liar, because His Word says that we are sinners and we fall short of the glory of God. Number two, the last letter in 10 is N for need to admit our wrongs promptly. As we grow and mature in the Word and in recovery, we start to automatically own up to our mistakes and take responsibility for our actions. And when we take our inventory, which is so important, God will show us when we miss the mark, and He will show us in what areas that we need to work on. I have a project for you if you're interested. The next 7 days, consider keeping a journal. Practice keeping a journal. Write out your daily behavior, good and bad. List any negative patterns, you'll see them as you list what you do for that day. And whatever you see that you repeatedly have to write down and make amends for, that's the area you need to share with a sponsor or an accountability partner and set up some type action plan with God's help, with prayer, and God will give you the power to overcome that. I would like to leave you with the step 10 prayer. God, please help me watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentments, and fears. When these crop up in me, help me to immediately ask you to remove them from me, and help me discuss these feelings with someone. Help me to quickly make amends if I harmed anyone, and help me to resolutely turn my thoughts to someone I can help. Help me to be loving and tolerant of everyone today. Amen. Thank you for watching. I love you, and God bless.